Hello and welcome to my channel, the Solar Scribe. I was going to do a video yesterday which was the planetary convergence day, and I was strongly guided by my guides to go out into nature and connect with people, which I did, and I met a really nice person while I was out walking, and we shared a bit of soul information together. So the message for me yesterday was to listen to what I'm being told within, from my body, from my inner being, from my guides as well, and just do what resonates. And although I had set out to do a video yesterday, that wasn't what happened, but what needed to happen was that I needed to go out into the fresh air, connect with people, have some fun, have a laugh, and it was a really good day. So apologies if I think I'd said the day before that I was going to do a video yesterday, but we just have to listen to what we're being told, and if we feel guided to do that and prioritise. Okay. So, as always, I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Ascended Master deck. I've also been asked to pull a crystal card and an animal totem today, which is interesting. So we'll see who we get. Now, he came out for me this morning, and yesterday, so that was really... really good to see. Oh, okay. Hope. Right, okay, so we've got these 3. So Sanat kumara is Cal Gray talks about him in his book and says that so far as Cal Gray is concerned, he's the leader of the light team. And Cal Gray actually mentions his eyes as well. Which again is an ongoing theme. We've had the eyes every day, every video I've done, and he's actually the twin of Lady Venus, so they're together, and they obviously are working towards bringing light activations and keys and codes into our energy fields. So it says your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear, which is exactly what I've just said. Internal guidance. So if you feel that if you've committed yourself to some, and this is a very 5D energy that we're going into now, so I'm going to try and explain it the best way I can. And yeah, okay, sorry, the information's coming really quickly, so I'm just going to slow it down a bit. Right, okay, so in 5D energy, we commit to what our internal guidance is showing us, telling us, and leading us to do. This can cause problems with family and friends, because if you've agreed to go somewhere at a certain time, especially if you're the driver, you're picking people up, you're dropping them off. As human beings, we tend to have this commitment anxiety, he's calling it. It's a commitment anxiety where you would never want to call those people and say, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not feeling it and I'm not driving, so you need to find another way of getting there. But what he's saying is, in this 5D energy now, that's what we are doing. We will be guided to do things on the spot, in the moment, the forever moment of now, which may not necessarily correlate to what we've decided to do the day before. So a prime example was me yesterday. The day before yesterday, I'd agreed to do the video. All intentions of doing the video, and then when I woke up yesterday morning, it was like, you're not doing the video, you need to go and do this. Now, he's saying that he recognises we are still very entrenched in the 3D world. So yes, you're not going to pick the children up, you're not going to take the person that you've promised you're going to drive to the hospital. It's variations on a theme. So it could be more of a social context. So you may start to tell people early on this year, listen, you know, I'm keeping a really, really open diary. I'm really not committing myself to very much, if anything at all, on the social front. because our emotions and our energy changes so much within the space of half an hour, never mind half a day. What he's saying is, as humans, we take it as a personal affront. It's a personal attack. Oh, well, that person's decided they don't want to go and they're not going to give me a lift, so it's a personal thing. It is not a personal thing. It's nothing personal. It's energy. It's all energy, and we're managing energy the best way that we can. And if you're meant to be going somewhere and it's not a life or death situation, you can pull out of it. But if you warn people beforehand and say, listen, this is what's going to be happening this year, don't particularly make any plans with me. Yeah, there are going to be some people that aren't going to like that. There are going to be some people that probably will cross you off their list of friends. But that's just the way it is now. We're moving into this new energy now. And in creative energy, there is a lot less committed time and energy to things or people or places. Obviously, if you've got a 9 to 5, well, a paid job that you go to work, you will do that. So he's saying, it's that balance between what can you take time for yourself with, and surround yourself with people that aren't going to be, have a negative reaction to what you're saying, in that I'm actually not feeling this and I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'm doing this. I've been doing it for a while. And he's saying, don't take on the guilt that goes with it, because it isn't guilt. There's no such thing as guilt. Just say to yourself, this is self-preservation. I'm looking after myself. Okay. Excuse me. So the second one, Odin, psychic insight. So Odin talks about the third eye. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So again, I sat with it yesterday and I followed my intuition and went down a different timeline. And anybody that's watching this will be doing the same. Some of the messages and energy that are coming in are very, very, I'm going to say the word advanced, but I don't mean advanced as in better or worse than, just that we've stepped up a level, and it's a big level. These last 3 days, and the stuff that's coming in is even surprising me. And I'm a channel, and I obviously embody the ascended master energy and the archangelic energy, and I am being tested. Not tested in a negative way, just questioning discernment, questioning these messages. Are they, and the mind goes into overdrive with it. Is this really what's happening? Is this really what I'm saying? Is this really what I'm hearing? And Odin's saying it's good to do that. It's good to have that discernment. Never take anything on face value. Never take anything I say on face value. Delve deeper. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. Subjective, go within, find the answers for yourself. The only reason that we all of us do this is because we agreed to it to a certain extent, so that when we do give this information, it can, so like kumara is saying, it can activate keys and codes that are already dormant within your DNA. So you and I would have had an agreement before we came in that I would make this video and you would watch it, and there would be some interaction going on there. Don't want to influence anybody, so I'm not going to say what that interaction, what that influence could be, because you will know that, because we will have agreed that. And if you watch this and you're kind of like, well, that doesn't resonate with me, that's absolutely fine. It won't resonate for everybody. Yeah, they're basically saying standing. So he's got this. He's saying it's a Star Wars, like a lightsaber that they use, which is truth, integrity, and power as well. So stand in your sovereign power, but use discernment at the same time. Okay. And then we go on to hope, love and acceptance. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. And I did that yesterday when I went out for a walk. I struggled to speak to people, if I'm honest. I'm not good with strangers. I certainly wouldn't go up and initiate a conversation. But the soul that I met yesterday, she was thinking exactly the same thing. And we had an eye exchange moment. And then we started speaking and we exchanged information. And it felt good. It definitely felt that, you know, that we were in sync with each other. And hope, we need to keep hope alive on this planet at the minute. Whichever way you look at it, there are very challenging, we are sat in very challenging times. So hope is just bringing her gorgeous energy in, which is a solar plexus as well. So she's saying if you just feel it in there and allow that hope to sink into the solar plexus. That's beautiful. Okay, so the next one, Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards. So the first one we've got is surrender. And the second one is intuition. Okay, so we got this one, not yesterday, the day before, with the Divine Director. And also, so your intuition, hope is saying, is a solar plexus. It can, some people, not everybody, some people feel it through the solar plexus. So she's saying, use your intuition. Sanat Kumara said it earlier. Use your intuition. What is your soul guiding you to do? What is your inner being guiding you to do? And listen to that, because you will get the best experience by doing that. And surrender to it. So Zaphkiel is saying, surrender to that energy. Okay, so there was resistance yesterday morning for me. There was resistance there. It was like, well, I promised to do a video, and you know, it's on a commitment level. Well, Sanat Kumara was saying the commitment is to this, your inner being, your intuition. So I surrendered to that and had a really, really lovely day. So it's just about choice. It's about making choices. Okay, right, so I'm going to choose an animal card, which I've been drawn to choose. Okay, I've got one here. Oh, perfect. So I've got the cheetah, which is focus. And on the back, let go of other people's issues and focus on your own goals. Stop trying to please everyone. The cheetah is reminding you that things are moving at great speed for you at the moment. You need to keep yourself focused on your own direction and find the most direct way of achieving your dreams. So again, let go, surrender. Let go of other people's issues. Okay, focus on your own goals. Stop trying to please everyone. So again, that goes back to Sanat Kumara. You get a phone call. I thought you were taking us to this party. Well, I've decided not to go now. I'm not feeling the energy of it. Well, you're going to let everybody down. You need to come. You need to, give us a lift. We're relying on you. Stop trying to please everyone. We're in 5D energy now, guys. And in 5D energy, things work very, very differently. Okay? So, by using the most direct way of achieving your dreams, again, going back to what he said about letting people know that things have changed for you and that you're not going to be as available for doing things that aren't in line with what your inner being is asking of you. Okay, so that really tied in perfectly well with that. Okay, and then I've been asked to draw a crystal as well, so I have no idea. Oh, okay, what this is going to be. Celestite, knowing. You know. You might question, like I did yesterday, but you know. You know what your intuition is telling you. You know what you should be doing in terms of feeding what is best for your soul, for your inner being. So trust that. So I'm getting the word trust again now. Trust that. And Celestite, I'm getting a very angelic energy with this as well. So what the angels are saying is, call on us. If you well, can I hardly speak then, because that's what that was. If you're getting resistance from somebody quite strongly, after you've told them a few times that things are changing and this is what you're going to be doing, call on the angels for support. Okay, and they will help you to navigate that energy. But your knowing will bring you through this at this time. The belief is different than the knowing. The knowing is stronger. The knowing is all knowing. And if you go by your intuition and through your, whichever chakra you're going to be using. Oh, okay. Raziel's coming back in here. Right, so he's saying you're knowing. So, when I work with a channel, as I'm channeling, I use, I'd say primarily the top 3 chakras, the throat and the heart. I don't really use the solar plexus, sacral, or, well, I do use them, I do use them, but I don't feel them as strongly. So he's saying there's nothing wrong if your intuition is the base chakra, because you might be having a very off feeling about somebody and need to get out of a bit of a risky situation. Or there's nothing wrong with feeling it in your throat. Your throat's constricted, you can't speak properly, you need to move away from that person. He's saying that any of these chakras will give you an indication of what's happening there. And a knowing is what they're saying. Okay, so I hope she's giving me a nod there. I hope this has been helpful for you today, and I will see you next time. Okay, thank you. Bye.